Attention passengers for Virgin Australia Flight 1447 from Adelaide to Gold Coast. This is your gate attendant, Robert, speaking. We are pleased to inform you that your flight is scheduled for an on-time departure. We will begin boarding in about 15 minutes at exactly 12:35 p.m. local time. Please ensure that you have your boarding passes and identification ready for boarding. Passengers requiring special assistance and those traveling with young children are invited to board first. Please keep an eye on the departure screens and listen for further announcements. Thank you for choosing Virgin Australia for your journey today. We look forward to welcoming you aboard Flight 1447.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another wonderful live stream here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are live on the ground in Adelaide, Australia. And we are in the Boeing 737-800 getting ready to go over to Gold Coast. We got a 2-hour and 9-minute flight, just one flight tonight. We are going to be on VATSIM for anyone that wants to fly along with us. You can go ahead and load up on VATSIM. Let's see. Flight 1447, yep, there we go. One thing I always forget to do is to actually connect the VATSIM. But welcome, guys, good to see you. Good evening. Mr. VSeth is here. What's going on? Garwin, welcome from New Zealand. Zemp is here. And Skywalker, what's going on? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Boarding here, as you can see on screen, begins in about 36 seconds or so. We are connected to ground power, so everything's ready for the passengers to come on board our plane today. The Jetway is there, ground power is there. But we're in beautiful Adelaide, and look at that IKEA over there. And we are loaded up. We're on VATSIM, we're ready to rock and roll. Virgin Australia we don't have in Christchurch. Virgin doesn't fly to Christchurch, huh? Interesting, didn't know that. Did not know that. Did not know that. But, we're going to go ahead and begin our boarding process here. And let me go ahead, we'll call up GSX. And we'll get the boarding going. Let me go ahead and reset that. Boarding requested. Alright, people are going to start boarding our plane. Baggage is going to start rolling up to the plane here. We're going to get ready to go. Like I said, it's a 2-hour and 10-minute flight basically from Adelaide to Gold Coast. Not expecting any delays today.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we have 25 minutes to our scheduled departure time as we get everything ready to go. First officer's doing the walk around on the plane, and we are about to get in and get everything programmed, ready to rock and roll from Adelaide to Gold Coast. Gold Coast has now been released as of, I think, yesterday, the day before yesterday, from Orbx. You guys can pick it up from Orbx now. Shout out to our friends over at Orbx for giving us a courtesy copy of the scenery that we've already showcased for you guys. And now we're flying back to as just part of the release party. We got another airport that we may show this weekend from Orbx. It's coming out Saturday from Orbx over in Europe. I don't remember which airport it is right now, but we may do an after dark potentially on Wednesday and showcase that scenery for you guys. Coming out either Wednesday or Friday, we may fly there. Do some Ryanair ops maybe. But they do have a new airport coming out on Thursday being released that they've given us a courtesy copy of as well. So huge shout out to Orbx. Everything's in the description, the link. I have an affiliate link down below. It doesn't give me any money, but just helps show Orbx how the channel is helping them grow as well as helping us grow. First flies to Queenstown, but not Wellington, Christchurch, and Auckland. They only fly from Australia to Queenstown and most other... Huh, that's interesting. Interesting. Well, maybe we'll have to do a flight to Queenstown eventually in Virgin. This is only our second or third time flying Virgin on the channel, I think. We haven't flown them very often. But let's get on our plane and let's get some things ready to rock and roll. Hopefully we have a better outcome today than we did on our other stream. We can see our passengers walking down the jetway there, looking all smooth. Look at her. She's got that pimp walk going. Got the pimp walk going. Alright, let's go to our overheads here. We'll get our IRSs aligning over at 2 nav. That looks good there. And let's get our window heat. We'll get that on. Trim air is already on. We get packs to auto. That's good there. Cool. That's all good. Emergency lights armed. We'll get panel lights up. We are flying real world time as well here in Australia, so we got that. I was barred from the tarmac from rear steers as airdress doesn't stand out for me. Gotcha. Gotcha. Alright, so we're going to go up to a cruise altitude today of 35,000 feet. 70 ATC online. We actually have Melbourne Center online. I don't know if it's the center for here or not. Just a second, look. I believe no. So he's not covering this area, but we're going to fly through him probably. So we might get a little bit of ATC today. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. So yeah, we said 35,000 feet. So let's put that in there. Oops. Boom. And 50 feet for the arrival. That looks good. Cool. Everything else looks good up there. Let's go down here and we'll go over to the tablet. Let's load in our sim brief data. Cool. That looks good. Cool. Let's go down here and put in the IRS position. Grab one of these GPS. We'll throw that in there. Boom. And IRSs have been aligned. Cool. Let's go to our route. We'll go to flight plan. And we'll go to sim brief. And we're going to go ahead and hit select the route. Now while that loads the route in, we're going to go over here and check our payload. Make sure that got entered in correctly. Should have a 0 fuel at a 131.6. 131.6 is in. That looks good. And then we should have fuel of 19.3 on the fuel is what it wants us to have. So we're going to bump that up and I'm going to go to an even 20. I'm going to add just a little bit extra fuel. So I'm going to get the APU going a little bit early here today. That looks good there. Cool. So all of that is good to go. We'll leave it on that page. Awesome. All right, back to this one. Let's load in our flight plan. Is this a one flight there and not a return? Yes, we only got the one flight tonight, Carwin. Just the one flight. About a 2 hour and 9 minute flight. Got to be up early in the morning, so we can't be up super late tonight. So just the one flight. It's a little bit longer than the normal flight. Like I said, a little over 2 hours on the flight time. Cool. Execute that all. That all looks good there. I'm going to go ahead and we'll get the APU going for the passengers now. It's a little warm.
Attention Group 3 passengers. You may now begin boarding for the Virgin 1.
So we'll get some air flowing to them in the back.
Departing from Adelaide to Gold Coast. Please have your boarding pass and identification ready.
Alright, cool. Let's go to departure and arrivals page. Sim briefs give me runway 23 for departure out of here. Let's take a look at that runway link. 230 right behind us, so very short taxi today. Runway 23. Nice long runway too, so let's go runway 23. Boom, and let's see, do we have a departure? We do, sedan 2 departure. And we'll execute that. Cool, that looks good there. Awesome, let's go arrival into Gold Coast. Currently planning for runway 14. So lining from the north. Cool. We'll go ILS Zulu runway 14, and we're going to be on the Burn 2 Alpha arrival, and we'll execute that. Cool, that looks good there. All that looks good there. We got, I think, vectored into that. So from Keegan there. And we'll vector ourselves in for the arrival. That looks good. I'm going to go and take that arrival here and clean it on my charts. Zulu arrival in from IROD. Or IRPod. However you want to pronounce that. However you guys want to pronounce that. If you guys are just joining us too, please don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button today. And let's see if we can't get to our goal of 30 likes tonight. Alright, let's request our performance data. I'm going to check on that APU. Should be fired up here. We'll go ahead and switch over to APU power. And we'll get that bleed on, just like so. Cool. And we'll go in here, we'll load in our performance data. That all looks good. Costex of 43. We're going to bump that up to 55. Oh, we got to execute it first. Bump that up to 55. That looks good. And 350. Change that on the cruise. That looks good. Cool. Let's go to N1 limit page. We're going to go 53 on the flex out of here. Save those engines. Maintenance, we'll go flaps 5. And 4.84 on the trim. Speeds will be 143, 145, and 149. So if we go up here, let's put in 149 for our speeds. And 149 is in. Cool. We get flight director on the left side, flight director on the right side. And also get our yaw damper on here as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, Virgin 1447 to Gold Coast is now inviting Group 4. And
I can see Virgin Australia on flight tracker is flying to Queenstown from Brisbane. Nice.
We thank you for choosing to fly with us today and look forward to welcoming you on board.
Right. So yes, this is a real world flight as well for Velocity 1447 service from Adelaide to Gold Coast. We'll get that on. We'll get this on Unicom. That looks good there. Get this spark in 2000. Cool. Alright, that looks good there. Let's check on the outside how we're doing here. Baggage is already on board, just waiting for all the passengers to finish getting on board. Just waiting on them passengers. Over that, we do a few of our tests. Safety tests, first flight of the day, so we need to make sure we run our tests. We get put the fire bell, fire warning is good. Cargo fire is good. Let's run our system test. We'll test these. Everything good there.
Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear. Terrain, terrain. Pull up.
Let's do our light test.
Airspeed full. Airspeed full.
All our lights are working and illuminating. That's good. Cool.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jody.
Waiting for this to finish its test. There it goes.
Attention please.
T-gas.
This is the final boarding call for Virgin Australia
Check the
1447 departing from Adelaide to Gold Coast. Please proceed to the gate immediately as the gates are closing soon. Thank
Let's
you.
make sure we check your guys' oxygen back here too. Cool. Alright, all the tests seem to be good. Aircraft seems to be in working order. Also, I flew Virgin Australian way back in 2006, and it was scary from Gold Coast Christchurch as it was foggy. Christchurch, and the pilot said if we couldn't make it, we would divert. But you made it safely in fog. Well, that's good. Well, obviously, you made it safely. You're still here. You're still with us. Alright, so waiting for the last minute stragglers, getting everyone in their seat. And we'll get pushed back here momentarily. We can get our seatbelt on, or not seatbelt, our parking brake on. And we'll go over here and we can go ahead and remove we'll release the ground power. Get rid of our chocks there. Get us on the legs page. Oh, let's get our weather. We can do a quick brief while we're waiting for the remaining passengers here. Q&H is going to be 10:15.
Ladies and gentlemen, Virgin Australia flight 1447 to Gold Coast is now closed. If you've missed this flight, please proceed to our customer service desk for assistance.
All right, so we'll do a quick briefing here.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll be good pilots. So pushing back from stand number 12 here. We're going to be pushing back nose to the left. Short taxi here on Bravo 1 to Bravo 2. Holding point for 2-3. Full length departure here, which is 10,000 feet. Plenty of room on the runway. Weather out of here. We do got some wind to deal with. Pretty much a direct headwind though for the most part. 2 degree difference. 19 knots though. So be wary of any kind of gusting potential there on the runway. Shouldn't have any problem with wind shear though, being a headwind. Altimeter is 10:15. We're on the Sedan 2 departure. We'll be climbing straight out of here to Copley at or above 2,500, making a left turn to Sully above 5,000, Morph above 6, above 12 at Urada, and then straight on out to Sedan and continuing on our flight up to flight level 350. No ATCs online, so we don't have to worry about anything like that. Go in here. We have a D-rate takeoff today of 53 degrees. Our takeoff speeds are going to be 143, 145, 149. Anything up to 143 will abort for anything, any kind of failure, any kind of light. After 143 before VR, only for fire, fear, or shear. Unless we think it just will not fly, we'll take it to the skies and assess it in the air. Anything after that, we should be good to go. We're going to do our little pilot announcement, and we'll be ready to push on back. I don't know. I think there's a problem. Just aviation, what's going on? What's a good pre-built on Microsoft? I'm not really sure, man. Just do exclamation point specs. You can see what I got. What I got, though, is pretty outdated. You definitely want something more than what I got. Like, mine will need to be replaced soon. My PC's going on 4, almost 5 years old. But it still runs everything fairly good. But definitely get a 30 series card. Don't go below an i7. I would say don't go below an i7 12900K at this point.
Speaking. I would like to extend a warm
But I would say definitely
Australia flight
30 series card, minimum. Minimum 32 gigabytes of RAM.
The flight deck today is First Officer George Warren. We will be cruising at an altitude of 35,000 feet as we make our way from Adelaide to Gold Coast. Our estimated arrival time is 5:07 p.m. local time. We have a fantastic team of flight attendants on board today who are here to ensure you have a comfortable journey. Please allow me to introduce Alice, Charles, Anna, and Cora. The weather at our destination is currently broken clouds with a temperature of 29 degrees Celsius, which is the standard temperature measurement in Australia. Our flight attendants will be conducting the safety briefing shortly. We ask for your full attention during this important demonstration. On behalf of Virgin Australia and the entire crew, I would like to thank you for choosing to fly with us today. We know you have many choices when it comes to air travel, and we are delighted that you have chosen us. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight. Yeah, so at least 32 gigabytes of RAM, at least a 30 series card, i7 12900K. Those are really the specs you're looking for. So if you can just find, one in your price range with at least something in that range, then you'd be good to go. I mean, it's not top of the line, but it'd get you through at least for a few years.
Locking gear.
Alright, we're going to take off speeds on this side now, and legs back on this side. We got 20,000 pounds of fuel in, looking good, ready to start our engines. We're going nose left, please.
Release parking brakes, please.
Here we go.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
All engines are clear. Clear to start at will. Here we go. Engine packs coming off. Starter to the left position and starting engine number 2. 25% into. Hasn't started turning us yet. Hopefully it'll start turning us.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And
good
we have a
morning.
good start on
Welcome
two.
aboard Virgin Australia, Flight 1447. My
Start
name is
one.
Alice, and I am your lead flight attendant today. Our flight from YPAD to YBCG is about to begin, and I kindly ask you for your attention as we go through the safety briefing.
I do not.
Firstly,
We're using
please
default
fasten your
sounds.
seatbelts. They can be fastened by inserting the metal end into the buckle and tightened by pulling on the loose end. To release your seatbelt, just lift the upper portion of the buckle. In the unlikely event of sudden turbulence, please keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the flight when seated, even if the seatbelt sign is off. This B737-800 is equipped with 8 emergency exits. 2 at the front, 4 over the wings, and 2 at the rear of the cabin. Each exit is marked with an exit sign. Please take a moment to locate the exit closest to you, keeping in mind that it may be behind you. In case of an emergency, floor-level lighting will guide you towards the exits. Doors can be opened by moving the handle in the direction of the arrow. Should the cabin experience significant change in air pressure, oxygen masks will drop from the overhead area. Remain seated and pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Cover your nose and mouth with the mask, adjust the band to secure it, and breathe normally. Even if the bag doesn't inflate, oxygen will be flowing. Please put on your mask before assisting others. Life vests are located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Slip it over your head, pass the straps around your waist, and adjust at the front. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord, only when leaving the aircraft. If you need to refill the vest, blow into the
I'll have to take a look.
mouthpieces. Please ensure that your mobile devices are switched to airplane
Some
mode
cockpits
during
have
the
textures
flight.
depending on what livery you're using too. But this
Laptops
one
and
doesn't.
larger portable electronic devices must be stowed during taxi, takeoff, and landing. Please take a few moments now to review the safety information card in the seat pocket in front of you. It explains the safety features of this aircraft as well as the location and operation of the exits and emergency equipment. Thank you for your attention. We hope you enjoy your flight with Virgin Australia, Flight 1447. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask one of our cabin crew members. Thank you.
Weird. Alright, there we go. Flight control check. Back, forward, left, right. Flight controls checked. Cool. All that looks good. Packs are in the auto position. That's on. That's good. Probe heat's on. We're transponding. Alright, let's do it. I mean, I don't mind, but YouTube's not going to let you because you're not a moderator, unfortunately. It only lets the moderators put links. You can put it in Discord. Ah, gotcha. Was someone like trying to find you or something? Alright, so that's good there. Can I not? No. Sorry, which is off ground. Alright, there's no active ones. Interesting. Okay. We'll just roll with it. Alright, chat, here we go. Pick up config, check normal. Auto throttle's on, transponding's TARA, taxi lights on, auto throttle's armed, auto brake is armed. Engine start switches are over to continuous. Love the taxiway color. Nice little red taxiway. There's a little texture issue right there though. I don't know what's wrong with that texture right there. Gotcha. Oh, now we're getting a ding. See, it doesn't look like on the map that this is part of Melbourne Center. When I go to Simaware. Alright, well, we can't take off now because they just beat us at the runway. 123.05. Center velocity 1447.
Sequencing turn right heading 360.
Right 360 for 2
Velocity 1746. 5 start descent to 3,800. Declared the LS runway 23 approach. Report established.
Stand by, start at 3800, cleared ILS runway 23, velocity correction, velocity 1746.
Center velocity 1447, holding short of runway 23 at Adelaide. I guess we'll get our IFR clearance to Gold Coast.
Velocity 1447, g'day, you're cleared to the Gold Coast via Sedan planned route via the SID. Climb to 5000, runway 23, Sedan 2 departure. Squawk 6037 and departure 123.05. Expect short delay due to inbound aircraft.
Alright, cleared to Gold Coast flight plan route Sedan 2 departure, climbed 5000 via the SID. Squawking 6037 and we'll hold short for the traffic for velocity 1447.
Qantas 420, just confirm you cleared to land runway 23.
87 cleared to land 23, Qantas 420.
See, I always get confused in Australia because if you look at, if you guys pull up Simaware somewhere now, his coverage does not show Adelaide. But it always only shows this one sliver for Melbourne Center, but it seems like he covers the whole entire area.
Kilo
Like,
2271.
even their frequencies don't
someone
appear
turn
on the client either. Like, I don't know if that's a bug. Like, the
November 2423
only
uniform.
clearance, or the only frequency right now is 134.325, but this guy's on 123.05. So how I know to even contact him in the first place? But he's not even on the.
Uniform from present position, track direct gully.
You know, he's not even on
Gully,
the
423 uniform.
VATSIM client either. Learning to fly. What's going on? Here comes in. Is that Virgin? That's not Virgin Qantas. Nice little landing there.
Velocity 1447 behind the arriving company 73, runway 23, line up.
Alright, behind that arrival traffic, we'll line up and wait. Runway 23, velocity 1447.
In Melbourne Centre, 23 uniform, would you like us to bring our speed down even more?
232 uniform, if you can, sir, you can reduce to 180 knots.
180 knots for 23 uniform.
If you can, sir, if you can reduce it to minimum speed, if that'd be appreciated.
Here we go. What up,
Speed,
Mr. Rookie?
23 uniform.
Good to see you.
Center Aussie 5 approaching top of 10, request starboard available.
Mr. Davis, what's going on, man? Welcome aboard.
Stand by one.
Alright, we got the lineup and wait. Waiting for our takeoff clearance.
Aussie 5, you've cleared the rain at 2 Alpha, arrival runway 23, wind ready, descend to flight level 210.
Render 2 Alpha arrival, runway 23.
How you doing, Davis? Good to see you, man. Happy Monday.
Aussie 5.
Happy Monday.
Velocity 1447, contact me airborne, runway 23, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 23, contact airborne, velocity 1447. Alright, here we go. Spam them toga emojis, you got them. Here we go. Engines are up, stable. Chrono's on.
420, taxi to
Toga.
the gate, cross runway 12.
Taxi to the gate, cross runway 12, on 420.
November 2423, uniform, descent to 3,800, you cleared the ILS runway 23, approach report established.
80 knots. Down to
80
3,800.
knots.
clear
Throttle
ILS runway
hold
23,
thrust
report
is normal.
established for 23 uniform.
Velocity 14.
Center Qatar 9 Juliet, request start clearance.
V1, rotate.
V1, rotate. Nice and easy on
Sorry,
the
special
stick.
call for start, let's say again.
Positive rate of climb.
How's the rig gears up?
9 Juliet, request start clearance.
How's the rig gear up?
Cleared the RB7 Alpha, arrival runway 16, wind ready, descent to flight level 210.
Cleared RB7 Alpha, arrival runway 16, when ready, descent from 270, Qatar 9 Juliet.
Center velocity 1447 is passing through 1000.
Velocity 1447, identified by the seat climb to flight level 350.
Climb via the seat flight level 350. Velocity 1477. 1447.
46 established 23.
Velocity 1746, runway 23, clear to land.
Runway 23, clear land, velocity 1746.
VNAV coming on.
And Qatar 9 Juliet Heavy, just confirmed you cleared down to 210, sir.
Apologies, cleared to 210, Qatar 9 Juliet.
Next frequency is 134325. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, man. Hope you're enjoying your night as
Rex,
well.
435 center.
Center Rex 435, go ahead.
Rex, disregard Rex 435, sorry.
Do you have to sign Microsoft? I'm not sure, just aviation. I went in person to buy mine. I didn't buy my computer online when I went to Micro Center.
Sorry, 9
So I'm not entirely sure. I bought mine in person. I was trying to get confusing. Well, yeah, because their frequencies don't show up on the client. You know, learning to fly. Like, that's my only confusion.
November 2423, uniform, just confirm you're descending 3,800.
We are descending.
Yeah, that's my only confusion is that they don't
Cheers.
appear on the client. Like the one I'm on now is not showing on the clock. It has an active frequency.
Station Guam, just confirm quantum 673.
Yes, officer, Quintet 673, runway 16 Alpha.
Quantum 673, your transmission is terrible, sir. You're identified via the SID, climb to flight level 380.
Rudder YOC gone to flight level 380, Quintet 673.
We're about to increase my altitude there to 350.
Melbourne Center velocity 1746 going around.
Velocity 1746, roger, sir. Maintain.
Works every
current
time?
heading.
What do you mean learn to fly?
Climb to 4,000.
Runway heading and 4000, velocity 1746.
Corner 420 shutting down, thanks for the ATC. On 420.
Melbourne Center 23 uniform established on the ILS 23.
November 2423 uniform, runway 23.
You should be able to because it's going to be more multi-core efficient. So in theory you should be able to, but I mean we don't know that for sure. But
46, turn left heading 140.
Left
But
heading
you should be able to.
140, velocity 1746.
climbing and looking good here out of Australia. There's our airport we're leaving behind.
Breakfast 435, descent to 9,000, Adelaide, John H is 1015.
1015 and down to 9,000, rec 435.
Aussie 5, descend to 9,000, Adelaide, John H 1015.
9,000, 1015, Aussie 5.
Alright, we are climbing beautifully here out of the
Melbourne Center, Qantas 616
Adelaide coast.
with you, flight level 370.
As we make our 2 hour and 9 minute journey over to Gold Coast this afternoon. One flight only tonight. It'll be trucking Tuesdays again tomorrow. We'll be back trucking tomorrow. And then we may have an after dark of flying, checking out some new scenery being released from Orbx on Wednesday. It's either going to be on Wednesday or we'll do it on our normal stream time on Friday. I'm not entirely sure yet. We'll see. But yeah, so trucking Tuesdays tomorrow.
Velocity 1746, turn left heading 050.
Left heading 050, velocity 1746.
You might join us for trucking? Nice, you should. The more the merrier. And good to see you, man. Been a while. Coming in with the support for 8 months. Says hello, Mav. Appreciate you, Anth. Huge no skippies to you. Appreciate it, man, and your continued support for the channel. Only about 8 months, baby. Oh boy.
Up 7, John H 1014, turn on Julia.
We can pre-program it in here. Brown on that side, red on that side.
Breakfast 435, center.
Center Rex 435, go ahead.
Just what's your speed? What is your speed on descent, sir, if you can?
We're at 285 indicated, Rex 435.
Rex 435, reduce speed to not above 250 knots.
Okay, we'll slow to 250, Rex 435.
My day's been good so far. How about you? Can't complain for a Monday. Cannot complain for a Monday. You know, we're here, we're flying. Nothing too crazy happened at work today, which is good. So yeah, nothing too crazy.
Melbourne Center 23 uniform, clear of 23 onto Echo, requesting taxi to the GA.
Oh, past 18,000 feet now. Let's get our lights off.
23 uniform,
As well as center takes off.
taxi to the GA, cross runway 12.
Taxi to GA, cross runway 12, thank you very much.
Sign off.
23 uniform.
And Aussie 5 from present position,
Right,
can
we're
you
looking
cut
good.
direct to gully, sir? Confirm direct gully, Aussie 5.
Melbourne Center Velocity 1746.
Velocity 1746.
So are you hearing us alright? I think my
It's been great, nice. That's good to hear, man. What have you been up to these
right,
days?
So I've lost you on radar,
What's
sir.
new?
No worries, I'll just log off here, thanks.
Cheers, not a problem.
What is new, my friend? Hope we're got some good things on the horizon.
Rex 435 by the start descent 5,000.
Okay, by the star, descend 5,000, Rex 435.
Number Passenger 673, press the medium frequency 5 minutes.
On the 673, didn't quite understand. Just confirm you're away from the set for 5 minutes.
Approach city.
On 673, I didn't understand what you're saying, sir. Say again.
I request the medium frequency 5 minutes.
Sorry, sir, your transmission is terrible, sir. You sound like you're in a huge well, sir. Can you just text me what you want?
Taking a screenshot of the airspace being active and sent to you. Sure. Which all the VAT trackers I look at, it doesn't show coverage for it ever.
Qatari 9 Juliet by the start.
Yo, Mr. Kevin, what's going on, man? Good to see you.
5,000.
Yes, 5,000 Qatari 9 Juliet.
Aussie 5, fly the start descent to 5,000.
How are we doing today, Kevin?
Portrait Hello Qantas 517, level, passing 1,000 now.
Qantas 517, g'day, Melbourne Centre. You identified, fly the seat, climb flight number
Do we had the day off? Lucky.
310 for Qantas.
We didn't. We had the start of our work week today. Start of our 9 to 5 grind. More like 8 to 5 grind, but I'm doing good. Can't complain for Monday, man. Nothing too exciting at work happened. Nothing crazy happened, anyways, so far. There's still some normal work stuff.
Normal speed.
Normal speed, Rex 435.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm seeing. Learn to fly. So, what map are you using to show that on, anyways? Because see, I don't have that on any of my maps. I'll show you what I'm looking at. Every time I fly down here, as you can see, I am on 12305. Does not show even that as an active thing on this client. I use SimAware. Doesn't show anything active here either. Just shows always this piece. Never shows anything here. Like it just, I don't know. But that's what is confusing because it doesn't show it on even the VATSIM client that it's active. So there's not really a way to ever know it's active until they beep you. Three-day weekend starting today. I don't know if you'd really call it a weekend, but
Aussie 5 by the start,
a 3-day week.
3,800, you cleared the ILS runway 23 approach report established.
By the start, descend 3,800, cleared ILS 23, Wilco, Aussie 5.
And Senator Qatari 9 Juliet, can you just verify the QNH for Melbourne?
Qatari 9 Juliet, QNH is 1013, sir.
Whatever you want to call 3 days off in a row.
1013, Qatari 9 Juliet.
A 3-day party. Use VATPack. Got it. Maybe I'll have to start using that instead then. Richard World, what's going on, man? Good to see you. How's the real world flying treating you? The weather is hopefully better now. Hopefully you're getting some good flight time in. And hopefully you'll be getting that good flight time. Yes, sir. Flew up to Albany, New York today. Beautiful weather for there for now. Nice. Did you fly up there and stay there, or did you do the return flight? Like an overnighter or round trip? Mr. Isaac, what's going on? Yeah, Adelaide Tower didn't come on until after we departed, unfortunately. Mr. Kenny, what's going on? Hello to you. Back home on the round trip. Nice. Not too bad.
Tower 9 Juliet, via the start descend to 4.
By the start 4,000.
So when you fly, are you just flying for...
435. By the start descend to...
Are you just flying like...
Declared the ILS runway
Like people for a company your uncle owns? Or does he like charter the plane out to just random people? Like what kind of clientele do you have? Obviously you can't give specifics, but like are we talking just like wealthy businessmen, celebrities, your average Joe? Like, or is it just specific people from his like company that he runs or something other than the airline company? Just chilling like a villain on Mayhem Mondays, Maniac Mondays. Maniac Mondays. Manic Mondays.
Tower 9 Juliet, via the start descend to 3,000. From Belgium, clear the ILS runway 16 approach, report established.
So to keep it simple, my uncle owns many grow houses in all the states that it is legal. If he doesn't, a business partner does. One of the things I do is fly him and his business partners. Ah, gotcha. Well, I can see that's very profitable business, and it's all legal, so nothing wrong with that. Should have gotten that business when it first came out. If I knew anything about that stuff, I probably would have gotten that business, but I don't know the first thing about growing or anything like that. Don't know the first thing. It's not as easy as it is on Farm Sim to do it. Vernon the Great, what's going on? Welcome on our flight to Gold Coast from Adelaide. Just in the middle of cruise. Actually, we're still climbing to cruise.
Qatar 9 Juliet, we're established 3-4. Correction 16.
Qatar 9 Juliet, heavy contact tower now 120.5. Good day.
120.5. Qatar 9 Juliet, thanks for your help. Good day.
Good day.
Watson, that's why you're gonna come up. I'm not qualified for these flights. Appreciate it, Roden. Yeah, he got into it out in Cali about 10 years ago. He was nowhere near as wealthy. He just took a gamble and put all his chips in this basket and it worked out. Well, there you go. Once other started approving, got it.
Fly the seat, climb to flight level 370.
Hello from Russia. What's going on? Good luck and good landing. 738 is my favorite airplane. Mine too. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Was that for us? Thank you for subscribing as well. Welcome to Midnight Maverick family.
Rex 435 is established.
Nope, that wasn't
ILS 23 approach.
He was ahead of the game. Here you go.
Contact Adelaide Town now, 120.5. G'day.
Definitely a profitable business if you know what you're doing.
Rex 435.
I wouldn't have known the first thing to get started, so that's why it wasn't for me. Over to 34325 for velocity 1774. 1474. Good Lord. Have mercy. Can't even talk on the radio. Boom. Switching over. Gotcha. Yep. Thanks for learning to fly. Appreciate it, man. So let's try to keep chatting English, though. I only understand English. And we obviously don't want anything said in another language that I don't know if it's bad. So do keep it in English for me, please. Do. Gives me advice all the time. It says owning a business now or trying to start in it will cost you millions. Yeah, no, it's not easy now. Especially depends on the business. You know, every I was gonna say. Every business has its own startup costs, right? Nothing's black and white. You know, it just all depends on what you're looking to start and do, to be honest. Things will definitely cost more than others, but yeah, no, you're definitely not cheap starting your own business. So, no, I get it, Isaac. I didn't say you were saying anything bad, but we just gotta have the same rules for everyone, just in case, you know, we don't discriminate. Same rules for all. Just precautions we gotta take. Do.
Center clients 517, would it be possible to stop or climb at 270?
I forgot to contact him too. We'll contact him right now after this guy talks.
Sorry, station calling, say again.
Qantas 517, just looking to stop or climb at 270.
What did you say? You can maintain 270.
Thank you, Qantas 517.
Well, he's not wrong.
517, is that your required cruise altitude?
Yeah, we'll make that a cruise altitude for...
He's not wrong, Richard.
Roger, sir. You're very cleared flight level 270.
270, Qantas 517, thank you.
Center velocity 1447, flight level 345, climbing flight level 350.
Velocity 1447, thanks.
There we go, we're checked in. Currently at work, I can't find the sim, so your stream helps me to not to get bored at work. Hey, I'm glad it helps. I feel you on that. While I'm at work sometimes, especially in the morning when Canada's streaming, I'm watching his stream in the background. Or listening to it while I'm working at my desk in the morning. Definitely helps things go by a little bit faster. Mr. Brendan Beery coming in with 5 gifted memberships. Huge no skippies to you. If you guys got a gifted membership from Mr. Brendan Beery, please make sure you thank him in chat. Huge no skippies to you. Appreciate your continued support of the channel as well. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're enjoying a good start to your week. Hope you're not working too hard. Excuse me. Yeah, hopefully not working too hard. Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much for those 5 gifted memberships. Speaking of memberships, this upcoming Sunday will be the members only stream members only stream for February. So we'll have our members only stream this upcoming Sunday. Not for me, Isaac. No, I can't afford to pay for 2 simulators. I can't buy scenery twice. Microsoft already is eating my wallet away. It's just X-Plane 12. His mic sucked. X-Plane 12 just didn't do it for me when it came out. I bought X-Plane 12. I was all in. I had to get rid of X-Plane 11. Besides all my like scenery stuff and ortho, I kept that. Put everything into X-Plane 12. It didn't work backwards compatible like they said it would. Planes weren't working. Wings were drooping. Like cockpits were dark. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I know it's better now than it was on release, but Microsoft is the future for flight sim, and I just can't. I can't afford to pay for 2 simulators. If you like flying an X-Plane, there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people like flying an X-Plane. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Can you text me that station trying to call me on 134.325? Qantas 616, there's no further ATC service available.
Yeah, so nothing wrong with that at all.
Contact Unicom 122.8.
In my opinion, I think it's better. I think it's more enjoyable for me. It's just too much work to even set up X-Plane to make it flyable, ortho, all that stuff. Microsoft is definitely more enjoyable sim for me, the more complete experience. There may be some things that X-Plane's better on, some things that Microsoft's better on. But the overall experience, I think Microsoft takes the award on that one. Anyone that's going to tell you visuals don't matter is lying. It can't be fully immersive if it doesn't look real. So, yeah, anyone that says that's lying. But again, nothing wrong if you like flying X-Plane. The beauty of VATSIM is you can be flying X-Plane, you can be flying P3D, you can be flying Microsoft, you can be flying FSX, and we can all fly together in the same virtual world. That's the beauty of it. Doesn't matter what sim you fly, you can all fly together still. So that is the beauty of VATSIM. So yeah, eventually maybe if something big comes out for X-Plane 12, maybe we'll give it another shot, but the only thing that we may fly in X-Plane would be the Challenger with Statui. Since he did get us a Challenger, that's the only thing. It's got a shared cockpit. It's the only thing I might be interested in flying in X-Plane, but even then, like I said, to be flying with default scenery, I'm not paying for any scenery. Can't afford to do both. Too much money. I mean, the sceneries in X-Plane cost way more than Microsoft too. That's another thing. I mean, you had Tolos come out with an A320 for what, $90 or something like that. I'm like, I'm not paying $90 for an A320.
7300, g'day. Yeah, you're identified by the SID climb flight level 340. 340 by the SID. Thanks for Qantas 7300.
Just doesn't do it for me. You know, like I said, I do what I enjoy. We don't ever do anything on the channel that we don't enjoy just for views or anything like that. That's not what we're all about. We do things that we enjoy. We do plenty of things on here too that doesn't get a lot of views, but I enjoy doing it. I enjoy playing it. And I enjoy hanging out with you guys. So we're going to stream it, whether it gets a lot of views or not. So, Phoenix better than Tolos, I would agree on that. I would agree on that. Mav, have you ever seen a pallet of cash in the movies? In the movies. Yeah, in the movies I've seen a pallet of cash. I can't say I've seen anything in real life because I'm not in the stretching business. I wouldn't be surprised if you have. Lava's money the banks won't take. Why won't the banks take it? That doesn't make any sense unless it's not real money. To be honest, Richard, if I had that kind of money, I would not probably have my money really in a bank anyways. You know, I would get a custom built house, like a Batman cave, and I would have secret passages in my house to secret rooms. And one of those secret rooms would definitely be a big vault in the basement of some kind that would house like all the weapons, money, anything valuable in there. I probably wouldn't really have much of it in a bank, to be honest. The only thing I would have somewhere is if I had to invest money in something and I had money in some kind of account that was growing a lot of profit or investment somewhere. I don't think I would just live off like interest from a bank. I would definitely invest my money somewhere, so some of it may be in like the stock market or gold or, you know, something like that, but that's how I would do it. I don't think I would trust the bank these days with all my money. Us poor people, though, definitely still use a banking system to get paid from work and everything. Top, what's going on? But yeah, no, if I definitely had that come in, I'd have some custom built house, nice little fortress, good top of the line security system. Well, the banks are federally regulated and cannabis is not federally regulated, so some states allow for banks to hold only a certain amount, but he can put it all in there. Well, how do they know it's all from that? Couldn't you just say it's just my cash? Like, doesn't have to tell him that it's from that, does he? Graphics card came today. Nice, Hop Top. Good news. Makes sense, though. Makes sense. I mean, the common people banks, they're only insured up to $250,000 too. I'm sure there's rich people banks that insure your money for a lot more than that, but there's no other way to explain it. I mean, I don't think he really needs, well, he shouldn't really have to explain it if we're being honest. Like, it's not their business. It's not anyone else's business. You know, like, it's obviously the IRS's business, how much money you have, but like it has to be reported, I guess, to the IRS, but the bank shouldn't have to know what you're reporting to the IRS. But I guess. Yep. Does he ever like put the money into like a swimming pool and just swim around in it? So, you know, just let him know too, like if, you know, there's ever like an inventory problem and like for some reason a pallet needs to go missing, I can hide a pallet somewhere. I could hide a pallet in the warehouse somewhere.
517, stock links available.
Man, farmer, pilot, city builder, and accountant, all in one. Hey, there you go. Getting a package deal, man. Okay. Don't forget makeshift cop as well. Once we start doing some GTA again. Part-time firefighter. Part-time Madden NFL quarterback. So we will be doing an After Dark some point this week. I don't know what day yet, but we are going to play some Madden and we'll do the Super Bowl matchup. Ever thought of being a real pilot? I plan on trying to get my private pilot license training done starting after the Expo this year. So towards the second half of the year this year, I do plan on starting my training to get my pilot license.
Say again for Qantas 17.
Qantas 517, stock clearance.
Ma'am, how do I get the tips from what?
Go ahead for Qantas 17.
How do you get the tips for what, Zep?
1517, you're cleared the Poly 9 Alpha arrival, runway 35, wind ready, descent to flight level 210.
Poly 9 Alpha to runway 35, descend 210, Qantas 717.
See, he's really wealthy, but I've never asked him for a handout, only my flight stuff that he uses me for. And obviously he pays me, but I tell him all the time, I don't know how you just don't lose your mind. Dude, I got into GTA roleplay. It's awesome. Found a server and just today got off the reserve role and joined the sheriff office. Nice, Davis. That's cool, man. That's cool. What community did you join? TC Airbus Thrustmaster joystick comes tomorrow. Nice. Oh, how do you get Oh, how do you get that to come up? You have to go in your options and turn on tooltips. So when you download the landing rate monitor, you have to go into Microsoft options. I think it's in the assistance menu. It's in one of the menus and it's called tooltips. You have to turn that on. You sometimes will get random tips that appear in here. There's no way around that. But that has to be turned on for the landing monitor to show on the screen. I'm a private pilot since I can't afford the next ones in order to become an airline pilot. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to become an airline pilot if I'm being realistic, Isaac. If anything, my sights would be set on corporate world in the private jet life. That would be kind of where my eyes are set and more an attainable goal for me. Definitely couldn't afford to do the airline side. That's just a much more unrealistic goal now. When we get down that path, if that's what happens to happen, it happens, but that's just not, like I said, that's not where my really goal is focused. Cousin drives a Ferrari to college. His life is insane. Jesus. Is it okay to be nervous when you're first starting on VATSIM? Of course. I think everyone's nervous. I mean, even I was nervous first starting out. Something new. Talking to random people. You know, you got the chance of someone could, you know, yell at you. And,
1447,
but I don't think there's really too much to be nervous about once you do it. I mean, is that for us? Is that for Velocity 1447?
1447, contact Unicom 122.8, cheers.
Oh, Unicom, cheers, have a wonderful night. Velocity 1447. Over to Unicom. 122.8. But yeah, I wouldn't say there's not really a real reason to be intimidated by VATSIM. Like I said, just talking to normal people. If you just pay attention, kind of learn, it's really just repeating back to you. You know, when all's lost, repeat back to you what you just heard from VATSIM. Just even word for word, just repeat it back. You know, most controllers put in your little notes when you file on VATSIM that you're brand new. Make sure you put those notes on there. A lot of controllers will see that. They'll be willing to work with you. Like, you'll find some bad apples on VATSIM every now and then, but I mean, they're human. They're doing this for free. You know, people have bad days. They get irritated. You know, it happens. Just gotta shake it off, man. Like, I don't think there's anyone on here that's got any ill will feelings towards anyone. You know, for the most part. You know, like I said, there are some bad apples, but you know, just get on and enjoy it. Have some fun. Definitely fly for the first time. Fly to an airport you're most familiar with. Fly to an airport you're most familiar with the routing. You're most familiar with the approaches, the taxiing, the procedures. You know, start there. Don't start in a crazy VATSIM event. You're definitely going to get yelled at then when you don't know what you're doing. Don't worry, Mav. Once you're rated, we can get you on board. Hey, well, there you go. I am definitely down to transport people wherever they need to go. I was just guessing on the exam, somehow I passed. I mean, it's pretty common sense stuff. It's not a hard thing to pass. Starting a VATSIM F&O. Do not listen to Davis up top. He's trying to get you zapped. Davis is trying to get you tased by the controller. People and money. Well, I'm ready to transport both. Yeah, David's trying to get you zapped by the controller. Yeah, no, do not start any event. That is your easiest way to be yelled at. And rightfully so. Should not be joining a big, busy event like that that requires all the pilots to fly in line, fly accordingly to not cause major delays for everyone else. So there you go. You can help learn to fly. He's willing to help. Start on across the pond. Okay, now I'm done. Someone zap Tavis and strap him in his safety belt. Over here trying to get people in trouble. Start at Oshkosh and pilotage. That's how you get a band. Even I have not attempted Oshkosh on pilot edge yet, but I'm thinking this year that we do. We'll see. I'm thinking this year that we do try and do it on pilot edge. Gotta go bed now. Have a nice flight. See you, man. Hey, Isaac, you have a wonderful night. We'll see you on the next one. We'll be live trucking tomorrow. Trucking Tuesdays tomorrow. Davis needs a timeout. Cam, what's going on? How do you do, Mav and Chet? Good evening, gents. Good evening, Cam. Good to see you. It's a blast. Jokes aside, don't take this stuff too seriously. Speak with confidence, embrace the errors, and learn, learn, learn. That's right. Like I said, number one thing, we're all here to have fun. We're all here to have fun. You know, don't let someone else's bad experience bring you down. It's all about having fun, enjoying what we love to do. Like I said, one of the beauties in BatSim is you can fly in any simulator together with anyone. So there's no really need for anyone to argue over simulators. There's no need for any of that. Like, everyone can fly together in one universe and one community and then just enjoy. I've done this in. I'm still nervous about doing it in real life. When I do, I'm doing it in like a DA or SR-22. That's problematic. There you go. Yeah, you go to Oshkosh, definitely got to be well versed in the aircraft that you're flying in and really know what you're doing. Really study all those procedures, the charts. The Oshkosh is nothing about non-verbal communication. They expect the planes to just do it right the first time. You're not even communicating on the radio, you're just rocking your wings and doing whatever they say.
Qantas 543, going direct to Gizmo. Currently 253 nautical miles away.
Mr. Scotty D, what's going on? I mean, yeah, everyone's human. Like I said, you can say quick little short jokes and stuff on the radio. Like everyone's here to have a good time. Yes, in the real world, they do take it seriously because it is a real matter of life and death if you do something wrong. But at the same time, everyone knows, like, we're human beings. We're here to have a good time. We're here to do things safely, but yet still, you know. If you're not having fun, what's the point, right? If you're not going to enjoy life, have fun, you know, you can't go around life with a stick up your butt, you know. The fact that Max left VFR in his citation last time he was there is intimidating, right? Yep, he left VFR just to get out of there because he wasn't going to be able to get off the ground for, what, a couple hours IFR? Which I don't get. Like, I kind of get, but I don't get. If someone's going to be flying out of there and on an actual, like, routed flight plan, why you wouldn't be able to depart with the rest of the aircraft that are flying VFR? Now, I kind of get it because you got a lot of aircraft that are just flying all over the place, but still, it's a little silly. It's a little silly. Just like hold the aircraft that are VFR for a little bit and let the guy go. Like, I don't know. But that's the beauty of, you can pick up your IFR clearance in the air. You can go from VFR to IFR, and also can go from IFR to VFR. The beauty of flight. Yep, that's happened. You see a lot of memes on YouTube about that. Captains actually doing their PA announcements over the air. Yeah, it's all about space. If they can't guarantee you clear passes, they won't do it. Yeah, this is true. This is true. There is settings that you can change them. I've just never bothered to change the settings. But there is a way to change settings. The pilot saying, any free peanuts? Yeah. Yup, yup, yup. Show what, Zim? I don't have any, like, I don't know what the settings are for, like, so I've never messed with the settings. So I can show you when we get on the ground. I don't want to have to pause the flight mid-air right now while we're on VATSIM. But you should just see it in there. It's in. It's called tooltips. It's just an option to turn on tooltips on or off. I think it might even be under. Could be under the regular general setting too. Might not be in assistance. Could be under general too. I don't remember exactly where it's at, to be honest. It's just called tooltips though. You look through all your settings, look for the one that says tooltips. It's either assistant or general. It might be under general and data. Actually, now that I think about it, it might be under general and data. And that might be where tooltips is. You can if you want to learn to fly, just don't get close enough to where my TCAS starts going off. Because that caused issues for my plane before everything bricked up. It didn't like that going off constantly. So. And don't get in trouble with VATSIM if they come online. There can be one negative about the job, Mev. Since I'm failing, I'm always on call, which sucks, you know. I mean, yeah. But I feel like that's a lot of corporate jobs. From what I've been like seeing videos on and reading, a lot of corporate stuff is kind of an on-call type thing. Just depends on, I guess, what kind of corporate you're doing. But I think a lot of corporate, especially a lot of the, maybe the bigger companies, is a lot of on-call stuff, not a lot of like set schedules per se. I mean, there's some that you can have like a kind of stable schedule, but it's a lot of random on-call flights. I wouldn't say you can do anything learning to fly. You have to have the other pilot's consent. You can get reported for like flying into someone repeatedly in VATSIM. Just because you're on Unicom does not mean that you can do anything. Because you can't just have random conversations on Unicom either. That's not allowed. They sent out many messages about people doing that. So there is still a limit. You can do a little bit more. You have more freedom on Unicom when there's no one online, but yeah, there are some limits. It's not unlimited freedom. If I want to have a beer, I got to run it by the boss to make sure. Well, see, now that's an issue. If you're always on call like that, 24 hours, you never have. So you never have like strict time off, Richard's what you're saying? Like it's always on call, never just like, okay, today's my off day. That would get a little annoying because it's, you know, 8 hours throttle, bottle to throttle, you know. You have to have a full 8 hours before you try and fly. Got to be responsible, yep. Yep, 8 hours, bottle to throttle. When you're close to duty time, yeah, because after so many hours, you have to have so many hours off, right? Something like that. Flying corporate, though, do you really ever get close to duty time like that? Because I know there's only so many hours you can fly in a day. Like you can only have 8 hours of fly time, right, in a day. And then you can only, it might be different maybe, I know that's commercial. Maybe it's different for smaller jets. Corporate world might be maybe a little bit different regulations. I'm not too familiar with that. But I know like corporate, I believe it's 8 hours of fly time. Not work time nor duty time, but fly time. And then after so many hours, I know you have to have so many hours off, but to be honest, that wouldn't really be an issue with me with that, because I don't really drink that much anymore as it is. Like, you should drink a lot more when most of the good friends were in town and everyone lived close, but now everyone kind of lives far apart, and so it was only when the guys got together really we'd really, you know, act a fool. But yeah, but due time is heavily affected by weather and airport services for a smaller plane like myself. Got it. Yep, I could see that. Yeah, because I mean, you're on duty when you're on duty. You're just not, because it's what duty time is what, 12 hours? It's somewhere between like 12 to 14 hours of duty time, but only 8 hours of flight time or something like that. 10, 12 hours. I'm getting somewhere there. Somewhere between 10 and 14 hours is duty time. And then you have to have like 8 hours off or something like that. A full 8 hours off from duties. Nothing wrong. I've submitted a few sick days when I wasn't sick. Well, hopefully he's not watching this YouTube stream. But yeah, minus 10 hours. Okay, so duty time is 10 hours. So duty time is 10 hours or flight time is 10 hours? Which one? How many pilots does your uncle have? Is it just you, or, well, it's got to be at least you and someone else, right? Two of you fly together. Duty flight. Oh, only 7.5 hours. I thought it was 8 hours for a commercial. I thought it was 8 hours. So is it actually less time for executive, or is that the same? Oh boy. So if you guys didn't see the announcement from FS Expo, looks like there's going to be some complications this year for the FS Expo, as they are now going to have to get a new venue for their time in for the Expo. Because apparently the Tropicana has decided to close early. If you guys didn't already see that, I saw some news that the Tropicana was closing in April. However, I thought they meant April of 2025, because apparently April 2025 is when construction plans on starting on the baseball stadium. But it would appear that April 2nd of this year, the Tropicana is now closing, according to Flights and Expo's Discord. So they said to sit tight as they look for a new venue in Vegas, but as of right now, the Expo is on hold. Oh boy.
Approach, runway 16. Yeah.
It is, but his insurance won't allow me as the first hours fly more than 7.5. Got it. I'm sure the cab can, and the Vision Jet can be operated single pilot too. Got it. So on short flights, I can command since I'm commercially rated too. Got it. Okay, makes sense. But yes. boy. Hiccups on the way for Flight Sim. Would it be Flight Sim without the hiccups? Well, gonna be interesting to see what they do here and what other venue they can secure. Obviously, cost and things can be different. Could be exponentially cheap or more expensive somewhere else. I mean, if they entered into some kind of contract with Tropicana, you would feel like they're obligated to withhold that contract or refund most of the money, but yeah, you guys can go check that out on the FSO website, their Discord. They just announced that Tropicana is closing April 2nd, so there will have to be a new venue. And that is why I don't book my stuff too far in advance. I bought my tickets to Expo, but did not get any hotel travel arrangements. It's too early to do all that stuff. Mr. Mike Jones, what's going on, man? I usually get more duty time than Cap because I'm looking at weather, calling airports and such. No, gotcha. No, you don't have to do anything in the landing rate monitor. You just got to turn that option on, have landing rate monitor program open on your desktop, and then it should just work. Yes, it is less than an hour at the top of descent. We're not too far away. Not too far away. We are... yeah, we're only 347 miles to top of descent. So yeah, not too far away. So, saying 0, 15, 16, say about 45 minutes. Something like that. For so-called people, this one's easy. My plans were to fly in on Saturday and fly home same night. Oh, nice, Kim. I'll be driving. My plan's to stay a whole week, though.
Brisbane traffic, Watford 616 is leaving flight level 370.
I'm not sure whether to get Xbox X as I can do Flight Sim on it. As price for pre-owned and $400 at the game store. Got it. Yeah, I mean, it's up to you, Carwin. I don't know too much how Microsoft is on X-Plane. I couldn't tell you if it's worth it or not. I am going to the Expo if they have an Expo. Currently, the Expo is on hold. They've lost their venue. Yeah, currently the Expo has lost their announcements, or lost their venue, so...
Thank you.
Your Tobabs are going well. Yeah, Tesla's running good. Tesla's running good. Yeah, did you hear that, Fly with Rookie? Flight Sim Expo has lost their venue. Trying to read and drive? Well, that's not good. Don't do that, Rook. Yeah, don't do what Rookie's doing. Don't read and drive. One or the other, Rook. One or the other. Been flying the Learjet 35 round. It's got a lot of potential. Nice. Yeah, I saw it was a pretty good plane. I've heard some good things from other people. We have not picked it up yet. But, Yeah, I've heard some good things. I've heard some good things. But yeah, if they have an expo, I'll be going to the expo. Really hope they can. If not, we should all just go to Vegas anyways during that time and just have fun, party together. Even if they don't have the expo, if worse comes to worse and they can't have the expo this year, like I think we still all go to Vegas, meet up, and party for the weekend. We'll have our own expo. Microsoft party at Mavs. My house is not big enough. Microsoft party at Rookies. That's the place to go. We're all going to Rookie's house for Flight Sim Expo. Oh, whatever, Mike Jones. That's a low blow. Low blow. That is a low blow, sir. Like a VIP at the bar. All right, I'm down. Let's do it. Especially if the 49ers win. Hashtag justice for Mav. I think it's great that you're learning how to fly in their west coast. You'll be have the best weather. It's true. There's definitely the most flyable weather out here. Can't tell you how many times I've had lessons canceled because of weather. Oof, no, I bet, especially where you're at. This time of year, you have a lot on the line. You got the Davis Award for the chillest flight streamer at 2023. Appreciate it, Davis. We try to just, chill, relax, have a good time, Yeah, we're definitely not like one of those guys that can be like jumping all over the place off the walls, but just like to come and chill, unwind, have some shots of tequila. If I could, I'd put on my Morgan Freeman voice and just, you know, lull you guys to sleep with it. Oh god, you're up, man. Don't push it. Yeah, so hopefully Expo gets their shit situated out and they can find a new venue, because I want to be very, very disappointed if Flight Sim Expo does not happen this year. Very disappointed. Yeah, I can't go on Cab Canada's channel and let them know I'm pilot too many Timmies. Right. Yeah, anyone goes in there and says they're a pilot, they get lit up. Appreciate it, Mike. Anytime, man. Anytime. Yeah, we try to keep it chill, you know. We try to keep it chill, you know. We get excited for some things and just, you know. I'm just here to do what I love to do. That's it, right?
Traffic Sydney, Qantas 9 at
Right.
05 on 10 mile final for 16.
I'm just here to love doing what I love to do. I love to play video games. I love to do flight sim. I love to do trucking sim. I love to do life simulators. I like to do just all kinds of things. Like, there's a whole lot of other games that we would love to do on stream. We just don't have the time to do them. Like, you know. That's also why I've now, like I said, I made it this year to make sure that I have a more exact set flight schedule. One, so you guys know when we're streaming and kind of can plan for it. But two, also for just myself to have a set schedule, give me set days off that I can venture out, do some other things, relax even more, take care of things in real life, things around the house, you know, whatever it is I need to do, things at work, you know. But yeah, 24 hours is not enough in a day. I agree. I always watch Cam's stream every morning here, 6 a.m. and he jokes around with people. Yep. Yep. Yeah. That's the only thing, you know. The only thing about Canada, like, I don't get to fly with him as much as I would like to fly with him because of his times. You know, he streams during the week and the mornings, my time when I'm at work. I work Monday through Friday. He streams in the morning on Mondays and Thursdays, so I can't really fly along on those. And he flies on early my time on the weekends, so I don't always get to fly along with those. Sometimes I do fly along. Not on stream, I'll just fly along to fly along with him, you know. Whoa, you're not allowed to have a life and play flight sim? What? That's not a thing, Davis? That's not a thing?
Local traffic, Honda C52 is down for ILS.
I just gotta send some train spotting videos. I like to tell him that Captain Sim is study level. You know, I see you in there doing that, Mike. Don't think I'm not lurking in the background. I'm not always chatting in the streams because I'm usually working, but I do watch in the background. Or when Will hops in chat, oh. Will seems like maybe a good guy, but I don't know. I just can't get over flying a plane with a PS5 controller. I can't fathom that in my head. And Will's channel. I can't just make any heads or tails of anything. But more power to him. Whatever works for him. Whatever works for him. It's like Swiss 01 on steroids. Which, you know, I met Swiss at that Flight Sim Expo last year. It seems like it seems like he's probably a pretty normal, okay guy off stream. Separately. A little too much for me to handle on stream.
Just 905 clear of 16 right taxi to the bay, Sydney.
Yeah, so I just can't wrap my head around all that stuff, but, you know, again, it's what works for him. You will not be seeing us fly a plane with a PS4 controller. That would just hurt my soul. I couldn't do it. I can't do it. I gotta have the proper controls at this point. Now, if you told me that, like, when I first started Flight Sim way back in the day when I was on a laptop and I flew with a keyboard and a mouse, then probably would have done it. But now that I've experienced the real controls, there's just no way I can enjoy flying a plane with a controller. You know, they did have that specialized, like, Xbox looking controller come out that they showed at the expo for, like, playing on the go. Maybe you could see me doing that if I was, like, at an airport playing Flight Sim or something. I just wanted to do it and I didn't want to take all my hardware with me, like on a work trip or something. But even then, I probably would just play something else until I got back home. I probably still wouldn't do it. Because it just wouldn't be the same for me. Just checking in off flight here. Yeah, looking good. Still about 220 miles. We'll come back when we're under 100 miles. And we'll start getting our descent information ready. Do, 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 do. If you guys are joining us soon and you haven't done so already, please don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. I think we're almost to our goal. I think we need like 8 more to get us to our goal of at least 30 likes tonight. Help us smash our goal tonight, guys. I do appreciate it. You guys are absolutely awesome. Enjoy hanging out with you guys every night. That we stream. So, I think for the most part, we definitely have the most chill crowd as well. You guys say the most chill stream, but I think we have the most chill community of flight enthusiasts. Mr. Andy, what's going on, man? Will definitely seems to focus on YouTube Shorts, audience, everything that comes with that, and I'm sure there's a market for it. Yeah, no. I really like the no drama aspect. We try to keep it no drama. I don't, you know, I mean, it's very hard to make me upset or mad when it comes to people in the crowd. Like, I can usually let most things roll off and just it doesn't affect me, like any kind of negativity, but you know, I definitely wouldn't put up with anything like that. They'd be definitely gone down to here if they were trying to cause drama for no reason. You know, I haven't banned very many people. Maybe a handful of people in the, 3 years I've had my channel now, going on 3 years. Like, that's not what I'm here. I'm not here to just ban everyone and be, you know, dictator or anything like that. Just keep it chill, loving environment. Alessandro, what's going on? Good to see you. Welcome back. Good to see how something as involved in chill as flight submission reduced to 30-second snippets. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing with YouTube. Yeah, ban 3 people, 100 sex bots. Yeah, something like that, Davis. Probably more than 100. So when YouTube launched Shorts, and if you go look at this, not just my channel, if you go look at a lot of flight sim creator content channel, when YouTube introduced shorts, YouTube has really been pushing the shorts. It changed the whole algorithm. Like even for us, like views were way up. You know, we were getting in like 1,000. We had sometimes 50 people, more than 50 people in here. But the whole algorithm changed when they started pushing shorts. And it's not just mine. Views kind of went down across all flight sim streamers, probably other genres as well. But that's because the whole algorithm changed from long form content to YouTube focusing now really solely on short form. So if you really want to grow subs, short form content really is the fastest way to gain subs. Now, is that going to translate into longer form content stream audience? Maybe at first, maybe not. I just love, like I said, I started YouTube doing videos. I started by editing videos. I didn't do live stream. I started by editing videos. That took a lot of time, and it just wasn't as fun for me to do videos. Like, I do want to kind of get back to doing some videos like on Farm Sim. I do feel Farm Sim is more enjoyable in forms of edited, funny videos that I see others do instead of just streaming Farm Sim, because Farm Sim is really tedious work when it comes to like harvesting and stuff like that, and I can get, maybe that's not as good to watch. I love playing it, don't get me wrong, because I find it really relaxing and just to unwind and do some farming, but YouTube really switched its focus to shorts, and I get it. A lot of people have short attention spans. People just will sit on their phones all day. Like even my employees at work, I got to shoo off their phone. They're just sitting there, they're scrolling through their phone, one video after the next video after the next video, just keep scrolling. So I get it, but so I know there's nothing wrong with it. You know, I'll sit there and I'll watch shorts too. I'm guilty of it. I'll flip through my phone at different videos. So like I said, I do enjoy long form content videos though that are engaging and informative, I think, more than shorts. Shorts are kind of just to get your attention on some things, and then you start watching someone that you discover on there and start watching maybe longer content. But TikTok is another line now, and I mean, you can definitely gain viewers real quick on TikTok, but I am completely against TikTok. Completely against TikTok for multiple reasons that we won't discuss here on this channel. Other than I just refuse to give into all this social media stuff. Like I have an Instagram that I, really, I guess, recently started actually really using and posting things on. And I have the YouTube. I don't have a Twitch too, but I don't stream on there anymore. So but yeah, so I will never be on TikTok. You will never see me on TikTok. Instagram and YouTube is pretty much as far as going to go, and Twitter. I do have a Twitter that I post things on, reposts. I do more reposts than I do my own tweets, but or X now, whatever you want to call it. That's as far as I go. Not too far off from the world that Max Headroom imagined in that show, television, that what were called Blipverts, subliminal commercials inserted to TV programming thousands of times, right? Yeah. So, like I said, I get it, but yeah, if you go look at everyone's channel though, views kind of dropped a lot in live streaming content. I think if you look at Canada stuff, like he went from like averaging like 10,000 to averaging now like 6,000 views a video, or I'm not saying those are exact numbers, I'm just using it as an example, but go watch other people, even like Blue and XP and V1. Like you can see there was definitely a change because it's just not being pushed out there as much as it used to, but again, we're not necessarily in this for all that stuff. I try really not to look at all those numbers too much, because I'm just doing what I like to do. Even if this channel stays right here, we're going to be doing this for a long time, outside of our normal day of work, just because we enjoy doing it. Well, I think the change is also social. We aren't stuck at home as much as the simulator is now not new. Microsoft 20 May rate that, yeah. I mean, Flight Sim's definitely where it's at now because it's on Xbox as well, so many more people are getting exposed to Flight Sim. It's definitely opened up the Flight Sim world. What's your favorite airline in the world, or your country? Southwest. It's good to have people that you know come watch. Yeah, Mike. Love to hear it. Do it because you love it. It's that simple. Yes. Don't do it for the wrong reasons. If you guys are going to start streaming, the whole streaming process, I mean, it's not easy. You know, you could say you don't look at the numbers and all that stuff, but some of it does sometimes mentally wear on you. Like, you know, sometimes you get to the point and you do need a little break here and there just from, you know, like I said, we work a full-time job, you know, 8 to 12 hours a day. Then come home and then we, you know, get ready to hang out with you guys. And there's a lot of work that does go on to get stream looking good and things to go right. And, you know, but at the same time, like I said, I'm doing it because I like to do it, not because I have to do it, not because we're chasing any kind of thing. Like, now, would I love to do this full time? Yes. There's a lot of ideas and stuff that I would like to do if I eventually were able to do this full time that we just can't do because there's just simply not enough time in the day. But this is not by any means any scheme that we're looking to get rich or anything. Looking enough to just feed me and have a roof over my head. That's it. And be able to just do what I enjoy doing, you know. Instead of working for the man, working for yourself, enjoying what you enjoy doing, and having fun doing it. That's it. Passions. My career one day will be something in aviation or sports, one way or the other. Whether it's IRL, online, something. Moving from California to be a good start? Yes. So you don't want a gold grill? No. No gold grills. But the goal, Mike, is, yes, definitely, we will definitely one day be moving from California. It is hard to do that right now. It is super expensive to move. California keeps you poor enough, they keeps you wealthy enough to not starve, but too poor to move is what California keeps you out. Plus, all my family's here. I don't have any family anywhere else. I do have some friends in other states that can make moving there a little bit easier. You know, it's not the easiest if you move somewhere completely where you know absolutely no one, know nothing about where you're moving to, and but so we do have some options of where we do plan on moving to eventually one day. I don't know when that day. Maybe in the next couple of years or so. We'll see. All right, let's take a look inside here. I do not, Mike. I do not. I definitely don't have a time for any of that. We wouldn't be streaming 4 days a week if I did while working full-time 5 days a week. Because she wouldn't be very happy and I wouldn't be spending any time with her. Alright, 127 miles. Let's start looking at some of our descent information here. We'll start putting in our ILS approach information. Alright, so runway 14 ILS approach is what we're planned for. That's going to be 139 on the course. We'll get that set up. AI girlfriend interest chat. Is that what they got Chat GPT for? 139 is in. Let's put 139 on the other side here. That's in good there. And then we got 111.10 for the ILS. Boom. 111.10 for the ILS. Cool. Don't be that guy, Mouth. What guy, Mike? What do you mean? What do you mean? What was I? Oh, minimums. Online girlfriend guy? No, I don't have any online girlfriend. No. Don't do the whole long distance relationship type thingy online. Not for me. My girlfriend is Microsoft Flight Simulator. It made me lose focus now. Barrow, 230 on the barrows. Let's get that set here. Cool, 230 is set. She's a cruel mistress, that Microsoft Flight Simulator. For something fishy. Oh, Mike. That's funny. Now we got 8,100 feet of landing room, plenty of runway.
System traffic 46 down to runway 19 left, via Bravo to the
Plenty of runway. Yeah, ChatGPT can help with a lot of things like that for schoolwork. It can write essays and stuff for you. There's been some colleges now that are making students turn in typewritten or handwritten work only now, so that ChatGPT can't write it for them. But I mean, little do they know they can have ChatGPT write it, and then you just handwrite it after. How they're gonna know, right? Chris, what's going on? Yo, ready for the crazy drivers during the rain soon? No. Love new setup. Appreciate it. Thanks, Chris. I mean, it's I guess not really that new, but newish. Look at those clouds out there. What's the weather like here in Gold Coast? Winds are 120 at 12 knots, 120 degrees, 12 knots of wind. Scattered clouds down to 2200. Temperatures 28 degrees Celsius. And good visibility. Should be a nice, good approach in. Sorry, your name in the screen froze. It's a good thing that we have a few months before Expo for the team to figure out a new hotel. Yeah, I mean, technically it's still got 5 months. We still got 5 months till the Expo, so, you know, we still got February, March, April, May. Yeah, 5 months till the Expo time, so they still have time to get a new hotel. I mean, it's Vegas. There's so many venues in Vegas. It shouldn't be hard to find a venue. It's really going to come down to money. You know, obviously, they only have so much money to spend on a venue, right? That's kind of what happened. That's kind of what happened when we had an Expo in 2021. Didn't have one in 2022 because of money, where San Diego just cost them too much because they didn't get the turnout they were hoping for. So definitely, it's all going to come down to money, to where and if they can get a venue. It's not going to be hard to move venues or find another venue. It's just going to come down to price. I mean, they could potentially move it to a different city. Yes. I hope not, because that'll make it more difficult for me to go, but well, that's also an option as well. Bro, so much has changed. I now play, of course, my Microsoft on Xbox, and about to buy the PMDG, about to buy the Thrustmaster Captain Pack X Airbus. Nice. We have the Captain Pack X. It's really good. You'll enjoy it. You will enjoy it. But yeah, definitely Xbox compatible and PC. All right, so we're gonna start descent here soon, going down to at least 6,000 to start. So I'll go ahead and put 6,000 in here. Moves it to Ontario. If it moves it to Ontario, then damn, we really sitting good. What throttle do I use? I use for the Airbus, I use the Thrustmaster Captain Pack X. And currently for Boeing and GE, I use the Honeycomb Bravo. Soon I'll be getting two throttles from Thrustmaster. And then I won't need to use my Bravo anymore. And I can just use the mod for the Thrustmaster for Boeing, and then I can still use that for anything else too. Excited for the pre-season. I know you're going to be traveling to Arizona. I might. It really depends on money. Money's tight. We're saving up for Expo. We got a lot of other things to save up for this year too. Trying to save up to get pilot license started after the Expo. So we'll see. If I get someone that goes with me to Arizona and splits the cost, then yeah, I probably will go down for a weekend to do some spring training. But we'll see. Money's tight. Got to save it for that Expo, and then as well as other stuff. So we shall see. Because it's about a 5 to 6 hour drive to get to Arizona too, so it's not relatively that close, but it's not that far. But it's a lot of driving to do just for like a day there and back. Sounds good, Chris. But the Dodgers are in Arizona though. Chris, they play in Arizona, just not just down the street from the Angels. Yeah, I went and saw the Angels and Dodgers play in Arizona on one of the spring trainings, I believe. So I've been to the Dodgers complex there. But yeah, the Dodgers spring training's in Arizona. Pretty much all the teams on the Western United States play in Arizona, and the Eastern teams play in Florida. That's usually how they split it up. I mean, I have a Tesla, Chris, so I don't have any gas. I don't have to worry about any gas, just electricity.
Gold Coast traffic velocity.
It would take me to go there and back on electricity, maybe $60. Yeah, maybe $60 to go to charge up here at home the night before. Drive all the way there. I have to stop at one place in just across the border in Quartzsite. Charge there for like 20-ish bucks. Get to Tempe, maybe another 20 bucks around town. And then probably another 20 bucks to get back home. Roughly. Tesla, proceed to leave stream. Yeah, no, I bought a Tesla not because of electricity, but because of the technology of the car. That's the reason why I got a Tesla. Technology doesn't really have anything to do with it. Or, I mean, the electricity part. If it had the same technology as gas, and drove the same, I would do it, but... You bought a Tesla because it makes Slim and me. Yeah, like half our group has Teslas, right? How much does it cost to charge that thing? If I had a supercharger...
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking.
Wait for the captain's announcement.
We're now beginning our descent into Gold Coast. We've had a smooth flight from Adelaide, and we're currently cruising at an altitude of 35,000 feet. We're expecting to touch down at approximately 5:07 p.m. local time, depending on air traffic control. As we start our descent, I'd like to ask our cabin crew to prepare the cabin for landing. The weather in Gold Coast is looking good. There are clear skies with a temperature of around 28 degrees Celsius. Once again, this is Flight 1447. On behalf of myself, the co-pilot, and the entire cabin crew, we'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with Virgin Australia. Please fasten your seatbelts and ensure your tray tables are secured. We hope you've enjoyed your flight, and we look forward to welcoming you aboard again in the near future. Thank you, and have a great day.
So if we're talking from 0, like very, very low to like full on a supercharger, you're talking like, it could be anywhere between $20 and $30 for 265 miles to charge. So when you charge at a supercharger, you never charge to 100% unless you absolutely have to. You're only going to charge your car to 80% full. Anything past 80% is when the charger really, really starts to slow down, because you can't charge super fast when the battery's almost full. So you can charge super fast up to 80%, then after that it kind of goes really slow. So you would never charge past really 80% unless you had to make it to the next charger. So an 80% is roughly 265-ish miles. If I'm charging at home from 0 to 100%, for a long trip that we're going on the next day, that's the only time you'd also charge at home above 80% is if you're going to go on a long road trip right away. We're talking, I don't know, $12. $12 to charge at home for a full tank, roughly. If you have a Prius that takes gas, then I find it hard to believe it would be $40 maximum, because $40 is probably almost one tank of gas. With the gas price out here in California, that's almost one tank of gas. And you're not making it to Arizona and back on one tank of gas. Even in a Prius. So, I mean, I could probably make it there on $40 as well, because Quartzide's not far from Phoenix. I really don't have to charge that much. I'm just overestimating. I like to put extra money on the cost just in case. No reason to play it too close. Last time I paid for a charge, it was $5 to charge at home and work for free, so it cost me nothing to charge. I can't believe the autopilot is a subscription. Yeah, I mean, you can pay subscription or you can buy it outright, Richard. You just can pay for it with the car. Like, it's just, so you can either do a month by month thing or you can pay it outright. It's just depends on how you want to do it. Right now, I would say it's not worth buying the full autopilot package in a Tesla because it's just not there yet. I have like the half package. The half autopilot package, so I get, you know, it stays in its lane and steers on the highway for me. That's what I have. I don't have it where it automatically changes lanes or gets off the on-ramps and exits and stuff for me. I do have auto steer beta, so it will steer for me on the streets, but it won't stop automatically at stoplights. I don't have the full self-driving package. That was another like $10,000 when I got my car. Now I think it costs like $14,000 extra. But I think it's just not there yet. When I go on long road trips, like when I went to Texas, then I'll purchase the full self-driving for the month, which is $200 a month. You can cancel it anytime, like a Netflix subscription. So then I'd pay it when I go on long road trips. Like if I go to Vegas, maybe I'll pay it. But like definitely when I drove to Texas, I paid the $200 for the month for the full self-driving to go in and out of lanes and stuff the whole way to Texas. But What do you mean there was no charger on the way, Chris? There's a ton of chargers in California and on the way to Vegas. All kinds of charging and on the way to Vegas. Tesla has the most chargers than any other electric car out there right now. That's the one thing I've never had any problems with charging. The car plans the whole trip for you. I have a Model 3 long range. Model 3. So I use, like I said, anytime I'm on the highway, I have the full, I have autopilot on the highway all the time, but, but with the newest update to the autopilot, man, it's been so annoying about grabbing the wheel, like, and not paying attention and just like beeping at you too often now. So right now I really haven't been using too much just because it beeps too often. And then right now they have it, which I don't agree with, is if you get disconnected by the car, like the car takes autopilot off because it sees you're not paying attention like too many times, 5 times, you get suspended from you get suspended from the autopilot for a week and you can't even use it. Which I don't know how that's legal because I paid for it, so I don't know how you can take something away in my car I legally paid for, but I don't know. Yeah, on a road trip, Tesla plans your road trip based on all the chargers, so it does all the work for you. Other electric cars don't have all that. You have to use other apps, but it's built into the car. It knows exactly where you need to go, how long you need to stay in charge to get to the next spot. Like, really, really efficient on the road trips. I mean, I drove all the way to Texas, had no issues. Here to Vegas, I can get to Vegas on one charge on my Tesla. Like, I don't even need to charge to get to Vegas. I usually stop in Baker, which is like the last major city before State Line. I usually stop there anyways to stretch my legs and get a bite to eat on the way to Vegas. And there's like 50 chargers there that I'll charge anyways, because I'm just stopping anyways, so I might as well charge while I'm stopping. But I don't even have to do that. I can make it to Vegas on one charge if I really wanted to. It's definitely cheaper on maintenance. There is no maintenance besides tires, brakes, and windshield wiper fluid. That's it. I mean, I get people abuse it, Rook, but it's their fault. I mean, everyone is, you know, it's the price of freedom. Everyone has a choice, right? Shouldn't be something they should be able to limit from me if because it will disconnect even when I am paying attention. Like, it won't even give me a chance to, like, grab the wheel. Like, my hand is always on the wheel. Like, I always have one hand on the wheel for the most part. And it will still sometimes disconnect. Like, I've been suspended on the autopilot already once because it disconnected 5 times, but it's like, it will just beep and not give me a chance to even move the wheel. So I think it's good to always have a gas car, just in case of an emergency, like you need to get somewhere quick. I think that's always a good, you should have one gas, one electric. I don't think everyone should go to electric. I'm definitely not for that. I don't think they should make everyone switch to electric. We need gas cars. There's still not anything better in the event of an emergency. But yeah, I mean, I just got new tires put on my Tesla the other weekend. That was my Christmas gift. And it was about $500 for all 4 tires. Brakes you don't even replace very often because the Tesla doesn't actually use the brakes all that often. When I'm stopping, it's usually the engine stopping us. Like the Tesla is a 1-pedal system, so I don't ever really hardly touch the brake unless I misjudge my stopping timing and distance. All I gotta do is just let my foot off the accelerator. As I'm doing that, the car is already slowing down and braking with the engine. I don't have to hold the brake when I'm stopped. It will just hold it for me. Like, yeah, no, the Tesla, like I said, I got a Tesla for the safety features and for the technology. The Tesla has definitely saved my life a few times with its technology. So for those you don't know, I do suffer from bad sleep apnea. I have a CPAP machine and stuff, so sometimes it's very hard to stay awake. So Tesla may have saved my life multiple times by keeping in its lane and driving if I have passed out for a few seconds before on the road, not gonna lie. So it's definitely saved my life by when that does happen, that it's staying where it's supposed to. And a regular gas car that doesn't do that would have veered off and probably hit something. No, 500. It was like $560 for all 4 tires, Davis. I didn't get the tires from Tesla. I got the tires from American Tire. Don't buy your tires from Tesla. That's expensive. It's called America Tires. America Tires, Ricky. Yeah, so if you get your tire from Tesla, it's going to be like $478. Don't get it from Tesla. Just because you have a Tesla does not mean you have to have the work done at Tesla. So yeah, I got 4 new tires. They're warranted for 60,000 miles. $560. But yeah, so like I said, you don't even have to replace the brakes as often you normally would. Yes, software updates are included. Obviously, you're only going to get the software update that is pertinent to your car because it's only going to unlock what your car is able to unlock. I mean, there's a lot of things that, you know, the car can do just with a software update. Like, the car could go faster with a software update. So, you know, the software update, they can make my car full self-driving. They can make it not full self-driving. Like, that's the thing about Tesla too. A lot of things you can do. But yeah, it just downloads overnight while you're sleeping and charging. Yeah. Like I said, most of the time you get a charger installed in your house. You're charging your car overnight most of the time anyways. I don't use the superchargers that often, so it's really not that expensive to charge my car because I'm doing it at home most of the time. You know, unless I'm going out doing a lot of driving more than normal, like I charge my car like once every 4 days, I think, going just back and forth and work around town. So I charge it once every 4 days. Sometimes I charge a little more often just because there's chances that I might need to drive somewhere further that day for work or something that, you know, I just plan ahead and I'll charge it anyways, but I don't have to. Just to make sure I can avoid having to stop at a supercharger for no reason and paying extra money for no reason. But I do love the fact that I don't have to stop at gas stations and be harassed for money anymore by the homeless. And by just tweakers. I mean, that's what they say, Chris, but our country cannot sustain that. Neither can the state of California because they can't even keep electricity on for people's air conditioners in the summertime, so we don't have the electrical grid to support everyone having an electric car. That will never happen. They say they want it, but it's never going to happen. We just don't have the power grid to support it. I mean, right after... hang on. Like, right after they announced that, then they put out an announcement saying, everyone, please don't charge your cars today. The power grid is overloaded. Like, come on. What a joke. The California government's a joke anyways. Can't take anything they say seriously. It's really not, has not hindered my convenience, Chris. Like I said, I charge at home. I don't have to use a supercharger to go almost anywhere around town for the whole day. You know, it just makes you plan ahead. Like, you just need to plan ahead. You can't just willy-nilly go out. It's really not that inconvenient. You know, if anything, I stop for maybe 15 minutes to charge. Like, not that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal. It's not as big of a deal as people think it is to charge. It charged rather quickly. All right, let's get our landing lights on here. If I were to charge to 100%, it's rated at 350 miles, which is more than enough to go everywhere around town I need. More than enough. Now, if you're running AC and I got a heavy foot, you're probably getting closer to like 310 miles on that. If I'm driving no AC and driving carefully and not all uphill, then I can get closer to 350, but yeah, that's more than plenty. You know, sometimes I only even have to stop and charge for 5 minutes too. Like, I don't always stop that long to charge either. Like, only on long trips do you have to charge, and it takes about 25 minutes to go to 80%. Like, and especially on long road trips, when you get to that point, you're getting out and stretching your legs, getting a snack. Like, the charging actually makes the trip seem shorter on a road trip because you're not stuck in the car so long. Like, the whole way to Texas, I have a hard time staying awake on long road trips. But on the trip to Texas, I really didn't have any issues staying awake because there was more time for me to get out, stretch my legs, get a little snack, a little break. You know, every time we stopped at a charger, there was mostly a big, lot of food places next to it. The big Love gas stations, truck stops. So yeah, there's definitely some stuff, you know, along the way. Yes, no, it definitely helps. It makes your drive a lot more relaxable, Davis. Like I said, long road trips in a self-driving car is far more enjoyable than a gas car that you constantly have to be monitoring and controlling the steering and all that stuff. If I'm gonna move to Denver since minimum wage is gonna be 18 and their gas is like $3 max, well, when the minimum wage goes up, Chris, everything else goes up. That's what people don't understand. Minimum wage only increases the price of everything. In California, they're about to pay fast food workers a minimum wage of $20 an hour. If you own a fast food, you have to pay your workers $20 or more an hour starting April 1st. And that's going to take those $10 McDonald's meals and turn them into 20. Like, yeah, your wage went up, but so did the cost of living, so really you didn't get a pay raise. That's not how you solve inflation. That's not how you solve making people have more money. Like, the people that own these businesses are not going to take the hit. They're not going to lose money because minimum wage is going up. Everything else goes up. That's how it works. It's not like one day, you know, making bread cost more to make than it did in 1960. You know what makes the bread cost more? The wages went up. Like, it's still the same process to make bread. And if anything, we have better technology to make whatever we make these days to make it easier, but cost of labor went up. There was really never a reason to raise anyone's wages from back in the 1960s to now. If everything stayed the same, it would still be the same. But because they raise the wages, that makes everything else go up. You got inflation from the government printing money and interest rates and all that good stuff. So minimum wage going up doesn't really necessarily mean you're making more money. You think you are, because your number's bigger. Well, there's not like a city can just change the cost of living, Chris. It just goes up based on the business. I mean, it's not like here because the taxes are not high, but cost of living is still up. Cost of living is different than your taxes. Here, the taxes in California are exponentially greater than anywhere else. So that's what makes it more difficult here. So, a fun fact, if you guys didn't know. So, one thing I don't get from being in my line of work, right? I'm going to go and connect these two here. So, one thing that I don't get. So, I'm in the construction type business, you could say. Like, I sell plumbing material to new construction. That there is a lot of material to build a house here that we get cheaper and can sell to our customers cheaper than anywhere else in the country. And yet somehow our cost of living is higher. You know how that is? Because of taxes and regulations. Like buying the pipe and stuff for houses is cheaper here than buying it in Utah or buying it in Denver, buying it in Arizona. You know how cheap living is in Arizona, but yet their cost of goods are higher? It's because they don't have all the taxes. That's where, you know, you really get affected. Is by your income tax, sales tax, the taxes that are on companies to operate here. Like, but we actually get goods cheaper than Utah, Arizona, Washington, Oregon, Texas. You know, so That's why it's worse here in California, though. Taxes. Is your tax in Cali more or less 120%? I don't know what you mean, Davis. So, I mean, we just get taxed on everything. We pay taxes to pay taxes on top of the taxes. So, yeah. That is also a big effect, but again, like I said, when minimum wage goes up, everything else goes up because businesses are not going to lose money. They're not going to lose money by paying their employees more and then not making more profit on their goods, you know? Alright, we're going to go to level change here. Keep your speed up here about 230 knots. Let me get the landing rate monitor, and then we'll open up our replay system here. Bad joke, just high tax. You're not wrong though. Alright, replay's on standby. Looking good here. We're vectoring ourselves out for a little bit better approach here. Music's down, sound's coming back up. Let's focus on and make sure we have a good arrival here, guys, into Gold Coast. We need to go down actually to 2,500. And we'll go flaps 1. I did never put my rings in here. Let's do our rings real quick. YBCG. And let's go 10. And we'll go 5. They're landing flaps in, 2, flaps 30. Arm the speed brake. We're going to go flaps 5 here to help with the deceleration. And we'll go ahead and I'm going to go slash 2,500. And then we're going to go straight into there. There we go. L nav, B nav. And we'll get back to our flight there. Cool. Gold Coast traffic velocity 1447 is turning 15 mile final runway 14 Gold Coast. Jonah Jacobs, what's going on? Copy the runway from the leg page. Make sure I do like that. Then the fix ring. Oh, that's just how I've been doing it forever, to be honest. It works good for me. But you can do it that way. There's nothing wrong with doing it your way either. Alright, so that's looking good here. We'll arm in the approach mode. Speed brakes are armed. This part switches to continuous. So, yeah, these rings are just more of a guide for me. They're not necessarily have to be precise. If you want to really be precise, I mean, you can just look right here on the DME, how far away you are. But it's just more of a guideline that I follow. I use it just for, like I said, approach speeds and flap settings is really what I really use it for. Just as a reference point. Alright, speed coming down to 180 here. Gonna clear ourselves to land with the taxi light there. Gold Coast traffic, velocity 1447, 10 mile final, runway 14, established on the localizer. Alright, get your landing rate guesses in now, boys. Get them in while they're hot. How well will we do? Flying into Gold Coast, downtown Gold Coast down there. Localizer's been captured. We have auto brake 2 set. The glide slope should come in here any moment. And there's a glide slope.
2500.
Gear down. Flaps 15. Runway in sight. And final approach speed will come in here. 141. 150 actually. There we go. Ups 25. And flaps 30. We get the replay recorder started now. But a time. Alright friends, enjoy the arrival. I'm gonna go my throttle and my controls here, and we will hand fly her in. My controls, my throttle. I will see you guys on the ground. Here. Been blown a little bit around here by the crosswind. Gold Coast short, final velocity 1447, landing 15. All over the place. Been good though.
300. Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums.
Continue.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Hold it. Get it down. There we go. Spoilers and speed brake around. Accelerating.
Gold Coast traffic flat up. 2, take base runway 14, Gold Coast traffic.
We'll take it all the way down to the end here. Nice smooth landing into Gold Coast. Just barely legal though. We floated a little bit more than we wanted to. But we'll take it. Gold Coast traffic, velocity 1447 is clear of runway 14, taxiing to the gate. Spoilers in, flaps are coming in. We made it. Any lights coming off? Flight directors. Light strobes. And transponder. Alright, we made it. Let's go park to one of these gates. Daily rate was a minus 108. Nice and greasy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gold Coast. We have just landed at the Gold Coast Airport. The local time is 3:43 p.m. The outside temperature is 28 degrees Celsius, or 82 degrees Fahrenheit. On behalf of Virgin Australia and the entire crew, I would like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. We hope you enjoyed flight number 1447. For those of you visiting or returning home, we wish you an enjoyable stay. Whether you're planning to visit the famous Surfer's Paradise, explore the incredible wildlife at Currumbin Wildlife Sanctuary, or enjoy the fun and excitement of the numerous theme parks, we're sure you'll have a fantastic time here in Gold Coast. For those of you celebrating, we'd like to extend our best wishes for a wonderful Australia Day, which will be observed this Friday. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the fasten seatbelt sign has been turned off. Be careful when opening the overhead lockers, as heavy articles may have shifted during the flight. If you need assistance, please remain in your seat until all other passengers have disembarked.
Adelaide to
One of
Gold
our crew
Coast.
members will then be pleased to assist you. Once again, thank you for flying Virgin Australia. Have a great day, and we hope to see you again soon.
Yes, only the one leg tonight. We got trucking Tuesdays tomorrow, and then we got more flying to do. There's a new airport coming out from Orbx this Saturday that we'll be checking out sometime this week, an early pre-release. There's our marshaller. Marshalling us in. He wants us to stop there, so we'll stop there. And generators are on, and engines coming off. We made it here to Gold Coast, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and call up our deboarding. We have arrived. There we go. Seatbelt signs can come off. Beacon is off. Fuel pumps are off. Hydraulics are coming off. Probe heat is coming off. Bleed is in. It's warm here. We'll get the bleeds going. Oh, we didn't get our taxi light off. There we go. Not too bad on the parking. Requested ground power. No, we don't need ground power today. Orbx always says good on scenery. They always have affordable scenery. Is not the cheapest, but amazing goes scenery. Yes. Yes. So not always the cheapest, but they do got good sceneries for the most part. So really nice rendition of Gold Coast here. You can see we got working Jetways now. This is the bug they fixed before they released it the other day. When we were showcasing this earlier, the Jetways weren't working for us. But they are working now. Looks like there's a plane coming in. Yep, someone else is coming into Gold Coast here. So you can kind of see them land. Looks like they're coming in nice. And maybe a little farm. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Squirrely. Uh-oh. Oh my. What's going on there? Don't know how that landing. But yes, we made it, guys. Welcome to Gold Coast. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. We're going to get our replay started here soon. and we'll view that replay in. But yeah, go ahead and check out Gold Coast. Link is in my description if you guys want to pick it up. I do have a link in the description that will take you there to the scenery, and you guys can pick it up if you choose. Again, we will be showcasing another scenery over in Europe. Some Ryanair ops will do an extra stream this week. Probably on Wednesday we'll have an After Dark checking out the new scenery from Orbx over in Europe. But I can, while we're unloading here, I guess show you the tooltips real quick. There is that for you. I think it's here. Oh, yes, it's right here. Assistance options, notifications, software tips. Sorry, I thought it was tooltips. Software tips. Make sure you have that turned on. So software tips, turn that on, and then you should see the landing rate monitor in your on your thing. So yeah, that's what you gotta have for landing rate monitor. Software tips on. For some reason I was thinking it was something else, but yeah, no, software tips, that's it. I mean, this is just what it looks like on my desktop. If he installed it, it should work. I don't know why it wouldn't work. You might want to try reinstalling it. But it's pretty straightforward. Download it, install it, and then it just kind of worked when I turned that on. So I don't know about what settings are in here. There's nothing I changed in here. Like there's nothing. The only thing I changed was these preferences, I guess. I only check for updates. I have it show landing rate right here. Maybe you have to have this checked. So you got to show you show landing rate information. You have it checked for 15 seconds. I've never thought about turning on the takeoff. I guess there's stuff for takeoff too. I never turned that on, but I guess you got sound effects too. I've never used any of that, but there's about G's 2.0. It does landing rate stuff and only turns on the Microsoft replay below the altitude you specify. So the replay, it's always good to replay. Nice. Yeah, I don't use the in-game replay, Andy. I'm still using the very first replay system that came out for Microsoft, the flight recorder. But I don't really like the in-game replay tool, to be honest. It seems too complicated. Richard, what's going on? What controls are you using? I want to get the 737, but only the Airbus Captain Pack, as I mostly fly Airbus. Yeah, so I'm using Thrustmaster's TCA yoke, and I have the Honeycomb Bravo throttles that I use for Boeing and GA. I will be getting the Thrustmaster throttles soon, though, with the mod that comes with it now for the 737. So I'll be switching to that eventually. But yeah, so we use pretty much mostly all Thrustmaster products on the channel. But yeah, so that's what I use. But I would say that it's definitely easier to have a stick. So if you can only afford one or the other, get a joystick. You can fly any plane with a joystick, but it feels weird flying an Airbus with a yoke. I just can't do it. It does not feel right at all. Yeah, you can use it with the PMDG. It should be for the most part, should be pretty plug and play. You're probably gonna have to calibrate the throttles a certain way, but for like reversers, but it's pretty much plug and play for the most part, I believe. So you can use it for the Boeing. That I do know. All right, let's get in here and let's get our plane turned around and ready to go for the replay. Let's not put our gear up. Let's not put the gear up. There we go. Wrong button. Wrong button. I have the H key program to bring up this wheel. I should probably take it away from the gear key. That's not the first time I've done that. Alright, so we're going to get rid of GSX here. Let's go in our menu and we will load up the PMDG, so the engines are back running. Alright, there we go. Flaps coming back out to 30. Engines are spooling back up. Let's get our landing lights on for the replay.
You need to stop the engines to request ground services.
I don't want ground services. Lights are on. Cool. As soon as the engines are good and steady, we will do the replay, which they are now. We disconnect from Batson as well. Well, let's view that replay, shall we? There we go. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this in a little bit here. Alright, we'll stop right there, let everything load for a second. Cool. I'll get rid of the auto brake. Alright, let's view this replay in here on Gold Coast. Look at that scenery. Oh, it's good out there. Houses and the trees and the hills there. Alright, still legal. Barely, but still legal. Barely legal. Nice and smooth though. Barely legal, but still legal. Be pretty cool to live on the beach there. So take this time to thank all of my moderators, donors, members, subscribers, and sponsors. Appreciate you guys. You guys help complete the channel here and help it grow each and every night. I appreciate all of you guys' continued support of the channel, hanging out with us and chilling with us every night. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, please don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. Hopefully we hit our goal of at least 30 likes. Yeah, hopefully we made our goal of at least 30 likes tonight. If not, smash that thumbs up button down before you guys go. Help us reach our goal. Well, that was definitely extra smooth here. Let it all load back in here. So outside view. So we were really fighting with the wind back and forth here on this arrival a little bit. Definitely just a little bit of a slight crab, not a huge crab. Slight crab. So we're just gonna let her come down. Yeah, boom, right on the touchdown zone still. Maintain that center line, nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Nice touchdown. Nose wheel down gently. Nice and smooth. We like it. Alright guys, that's pretty much going to wrap it up here. We'll leave you with another replay view on in here. Appreciate you guys again joining us on this lovely Monday night. Lovely Monday night here. as we leave you with the GoPro view in. Enjoy the approach into Gold Coast, guys. Don't forget to check the link to pick it up if you guys want to pick up Gold Coast. I got an affiliate link in the description. Smash that thumbs up button, and I shall see you guys tomorrow night for Truckin' Tuesdays. Truckin' Tuesdays are live tomorrow, 7 p.m. Pacific time. See you guys then. Thanks to Orbx again for Gold Coast. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your night or evening or day. Nav is out. See ya.
Try and get grit, but it don't make sense. Cause you can lose life on this fast route. Yeah, turn thoughts to a cash cow. I might flip that to the glass house. I don't need the accolades, I'm in love with the chase. I just wanna eat, save a spot at the table. Beast with the slap, pin myself on the map. You long with the wind, but we knowing that it's cap. 5-hour flights, couple nights at the flat. To be real, couldn't see me making moves while I'm at. I'm still on the grind, limit time when I chat. I'm burning down sage, keep the demons away. When I write it, give a piece of myself to the page. I don't do it for the praise, love, that's just how I'm made.
Truth in the glass in the mirror. Yeah. Do it at me, old man, trying to pass in the fear. You're the first one to talk, but the last one to hear. Eyes blurry, but I couldn't see that. Then he cleared down. Start to feel like I'm on one. Settle in, I'll be here for the long run. I'm a slave for the cash, got snakes in the grass, no brakes on the ad, but it's all fun. We done seen it all, heard it all. Heard enough, give me space before I murder y'all. 10 bad here, I'ma curve them all. 12 missed calls, and I still made a curtain call. Here to light it up, lighten up. Hear him talking, they ain't right enough, tighten up. Everything that I came for, I left with. I don't bang sets, I just bang on the set list. Going past up, but when I came for the breakfast, put me in your prayers, I might put you on the guest list. Young, to me reckless, gold in my soul, got the same on my necklace.